4chan hackers are trolling people on Zoom. Hackers are trolling my virtual recovery meetings with racist attacks, and I don't feel safe. These actions are endangering people's lives by making these historically safe spaces disturbingly unsafe. Reminds me of that Tyler the Creator tweet. How is cyberbullying even real? Close your screen and close your eyes. Oh, so it turns out that a lot of trolls are hacking Zoom and trolling people. Because of the current nationwide and worldwide pandemic and crisis, a lot of people are in fact using digital software to meet and discuss, for example, hold classes, hold meetings, and work from home. They're using software like Zoom. Zoom allows people from remote locations with a webcam and a microphone to communicate with each other. The problem is, Zoom is not entirely secure. Hackers and other trolls are reportedly hacking these meetings and trolling the heck out of everybody. And I gotta be honest, it's kind of funny. Now, before we look at the story, if you're a new viewer to the channel, consider commenting, liking, and subscribing. Hit the bell button for notifications, and if you like this video, share it with others. YouTube likes to play dirty games with their algorithms. So if you like this video, post it on social media, share it with your friends. Here we go. So this article is by Laura Cathcart Robbins. Try not to take these attacks personally. This is the opening statement from a Google Doc sent to me by a 12-step old-timer earlier today. To those in recovering programs, know that these disruptors are not targeting your specific recovery meetings specifically. These are teenagers, gamers, attacking the Zoom platform itself. I love how they I just love it. I absolutely love it. They call this person an old-timer, so it's clear that they're a boomer. And who does the boomer blame for these hackings? Teenagers and gamers. Gamers are truly the most bigoted group. Ah, yes, those evil, malevolent gamers. Because I'm sure instead of playing video games, they decide to hack people in Zoom meetings and troll them. Yeah, that sounds about right. Gamers are one of the most marginalized minorities today.
With the glass ceiling broken, all the oppressed groups shall prosper, especially the most oppressed group of all, gamers.
The attackers don't seem to know or care who they attack. They're seeing who can be the most disruptive in Zoom meetings. It's some kind of twisted form of competition. They're trying to one-up each other. They're being judged by their peers, and there is a prize for the best. Okay, so this is an absolutely boomer take. No offense to boomers out there, there's plenty of you who are internet veterans who perfectly understand trolling. So, it's not a competition. They're not doing this for social credit or for a prize. They're doing it because it's funny. Disrupting things, causing a reaction. That is what a troll does. They want to get a rise out of you. Now, other than teenagers and gamers, guess who else is being blamed directly for these attacks in article after article? You guessed it. It's that infamous hacker known as 4chan.
Do we even know who is this 4chan? Who is this 4chan?
He may have been just a system administrator.
Here you can see on Inside Higher ED. Zombies take over online classrooms. Digital disruptors are sharing racist, sexist, and lewd content in Zoom. Video conferences show no sign of slowing down as Zoom bombing trend grows. Now this article is from April 3rd, but guess who they blame for these hackings? Ah, could it be anyone other than the hacker known as 4chan? And this is absolutely hilarious. I found one concerning message on 4chan from March 31st in a thread about politics, suggesting that since millions of students across America are in online classes on Zoom, 4chan users could get into those classrooms and drop red pills. Based and red-pilled, said Gross. They went on to further quip that they could red pill entire schools if only a few committed to it. Now the best part of this is what they say next. The link between Zoom bombing and criminal activity was highlighted this week by an advisory form from the FBI encouraging people who are victims of video conference hijacking to report it as a cybercrime. Look, I think it's a huge stretch to say that trolling online is equivalent to a cybercrime. Oh no, someone said mean words online. Take him to jail, officer. That's the man right there. He said a bad word. Is this how sensitive society has become? You know why places like 4chan are great? is because people on 4chan speak their minds. And in the real world, everything is fake. Everyone is fake. We live in this illusion of politeness. People pretend that they tolerate each other. People keep their thoughts to themselves. But the reality is, this world doesn't exist. It's an illusion. It isn't real. Because if people could tell you what they really think, well, not only would life be more interesting, such illusions could not exist. So some students have complained about the disruption caused by Zoom bombing, while others find it amusing. I find it amusing, I gotta say. Some trolls may be engaging in Zoom bombing just for the sake of causing a disruption. And then they go on to say that, oh, the 4chaners are Zoom bombing because they have right-wing views through a practice known as dropping red pills. They don't even know what it means. They have no idea what it even means to red pill. You see, the red pill comes from The Matrix. In the movie The Matrix, everyone was living in a simulation. It wasn't real. It was a fake illusion. Haha! Oh, does that sound familiar? Yes. The world everyone was living in wasn't real. It was a computer simulation by the machines who had enslaved humanity and hooked us all up into machines. Neo, at one point, is given the option. Do you want to take the red pill or the blue pill? If he took the blue pill, he would stay in the simulation and forget that anything had ever happened. He would go on with his normal life, never knowing that the world he lived in wasn't real. And then the red pill. The red pill takes you down the rabbit hole. And at that point, Morpheus says, I offer you the truth, and nothing more. And that is the definition of the red pill. It is the truth, and nothing more. It is the real world. The blue pill symbolizes the fake world. So, federal prosecutors have taken it a step further. Here on The Verge, Zoom bombing is a federal offense that could result in imprisonment. Prosecutors warn. Hacking into a conference call seems like a fun prank until you get arrested. Imagine, we have so many crimes on the street. So many looters. We have people in masks breaking into people's homes. And what do these federal officers spend their energy on? Hacking 4chaners, teenagers, and gamers who troll these Zoom meetings. Get over yourself. Why don't you go out there and solve a real crime? Why don't you stop being a waste of space? A waste of taxpayer money. Okay, no one is gonna die because of a troll. You just kick them out of the group. You put them on mute. It's not a big deal. Oh my god, he said a mean word. I'm so traumatized. I have PTSD. It's like regular PTSD, but high definition. So what are some of the things they're doing in these meetings? Well, let's find out. Let's go back to the original article and see what she has to say. Because there's a few points in here that I want to cover, okay? Because this person is a snowflake, and so are a lot of people complaining about these so-called hackings. Zoom probably just has an exploit. It's not the most secure software around. Hopefully Zoom gets its ass in gear and removes these exploits, because I really doubt it's hacking or hackers. I really think that Zoom is just poor quality software, and that's probably the reason that people can just join random meetings and make fun of people. I wouldn't even be surprised if these meetings were all public and anyone could join, and that's how they're doing it. Just because of how inept the media is, they call everything hacking, except actual hacking. I stopped reading the document and exhaled. When I sat in my first recovery meeting in Los Angeles, I was sheeped in shame and crying so hard that I could barely see the people occupying the seats around me. The fact that I was the only black person in most of the meetings wasn't an issue, as I had a great deal at stake. So here we find out that this woman was an alcoholic. But what really gets me is the next line. To put it plainly, if I'd continued to drink, not only would I have risked losing custody of my 2 boys, it's not hyperbolic to speculate that I might have died of alcohol poisoning in my sleep. I want you to pay very close attention to that line. This woman is an alcoholic, and yet she has custody of 2 children. If this was a divorce, why was she given custody? If it wasn't a divorce, how did she manage to keep them? I think this goes to show that way too many women receive custody of children, even when they're unfit to be parents and unfit to be mothers. And then she goes on to complain, as most of these snowflakes do. Now, nearly 12 years after my last drink, my life is pretty amazing, and my children have become incredible young adults. Well, that's good for them. I'm glad it worked out, though Who knows what the full story is? Anyway, she says she goes 4 or 5 times per week, but now because of the pandemic, she can't do it as easily anymore. And then she says this: "It seems grossly unjust that we addicts and alcoholics, folks whose very survival depends on those gatherings, should be targeted by disruptors who have nothing better to do than bomb a recovery meeting with racist imagery." Now look, I get it. These meetings are to keep you from falling back into your addiction, but they're just trolls. They're looking for a reaction. And by writing this entire article, by saying, "I don't feel safe, I'm being targeted," you're giving the trolls exactly what they want, a reaction. Anyone who grew up using the internet learned a very important lesson. If you don't want to be bothered by trolls, don't react, ignore them, and go about your day. Because if you don't react, the trolls will get bored, you'll deny them what they want, which is a reaction, and everything will be fine. You failed. But that's merely the obvious. Well, that's all for now, folks. What do you think about this story? Are these diabolical gamers and 4chan hackers ruining people's lives by memeing on Zoom meetings? Be sure to let me know. Now, as always, if you like this content and want to support the channel, you can do so by joining me on Patreon or Subscribestar. If you do join, you will get a joining bonus that will give you access to a private Discord server. If you want to donate, you can do so through DonorBox or Bitcoin. Links and addresses are down below in the description. If you like the video, be sure to share it online. And have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. This has been Mr. Obvious, and I'll see you all next time.